I stopped playing World of Warcraft a long time ago, around Battle for Azeroth, and it was for a lot of reasons. The world didn't really feel like an MMO anymore, the combo was just not that much fun, there was not really a lot to do in open world, and all of the collection stuff that we had in the game was honestly just complete RNG, FOMO, build, dog shit. But now, honestly, it seems like these things are changing a little bit, and I want to talk to you why. I'm actually kind of excited for the next expansion to test it out and see if it actually is going to be as good as some of the other MMOs that we have right now on the market. Subscribe channel for more of this, go to my coffee if you want to support me, and let's get into it. So the first thing I want to talk about is Warbands. Before, ults were pretty hard to use in World of Warcraft. The type of armor that your character would use is the only one that you would be able to earn from a raid. So if you did a raid, even an old one to get specific fashion, that fashion, if you got it from a character that cannot use it, would not be applied. So you would have to rerun the same thing over and over again. This is no longer going to be the case with Warbands. You're going to be able to just do any character you want in any type of content, and you're going to get those skins. It is also kind of cool because the same thing applies for open world and anything like this. You can just go around and you're not going to waste cool fashion just because you were in the wrong character at the wrong time. This makes it so much more like an actual account progression instead of just alt progression. It makes, being able to collect everything in the game, every fashion, way more possible. And honestly, something that I might actually go for. Mounts, probably not so much because mounts are insanely difficult to get in the game. It's very, very unlikely that you're gonna get all of them, but maybe getting every skin to look very nice on your characters might actually be something that most people can actually do, and something that I really do enjoy doing in something like Guild Wars 2 because of the way that the system works. Another thing that is going to be very interesting is the Mist of Pandaria remix that is going to happen before the actual expansion, because it will give us a lot of the skins that came from Mist of Pandaria and are very, very hard to get in a way easier way. It's not gonna be, hey, rerun the same raid over and over again and everything gets one shot every time, and then you just, hopefully you're lucky to get this skin that you want. You're gonna get them with currencies that you get from doing specific events in the new Mist of Pandaria event. This makes all the content from that expansion relevant again, fun to do because everyone's gonna be doing the same thing over and over again. And you're gonna be able to choose which things you want, even specific mounts and skins that are very, very hard to get in the normal game. And I'm guessing that this is gonna be applied for other expansions as well, which makes it honestly kind of, if you want to farm those skins by just rerunning the same old raids over and over again, you can, but you can just wait for the next remix and do it again there, get those same things, and actually have fun playing the game instead of just rerunning an old raid that everything gets one shot with one auto attack. Also, the Mist of Pandaria comes with easier leveling. Of course, in the expansion is going to be the same. Leveling is going to be super, super, super easy, super fast. Right now, in honestly games, it takes me, even without time walking, even just playing a game, like a day to get to max level, honestly. But with this, it's going to kind of I think I saw it was around 70% faster. So this is gonna be insanely easy to do. You're gonna be able to gear your ults like this, play another classes when you want. Super, super fun. I'm also very excited about things like Plunderstorm, things that are super, super fun, and they're just there for us to, experience the game in a different way, keep the game alive, but also not take it too seriously. A battle royale in an MMO that honestly it's just a completely different side mode, that's awesome, and I'm super happy that they did it, and I'm super happy to see what they're gonna do next, and it makes me want to invest more time in the game. It also makes me very interested to see what they do with combat, because the action combat in Plunderstorm is actually pretty ahead of what we have in WoW right now, so hopefully they can use those tests to make the combat in WoW way more dynamic and not as stab targety, which I think is a bit old and overused at this point. Addons. Honestly, addons are kind of annoying sometimes, but it seems to be like Blizzard is looking into ways of making addons a bit less impactful, or at least, making it so a lot of the game comes with these addons that are very useful. We have already, a lot of the UI has been remade, so you can actually, move everything around as you want, and honestly, you don't really need that many add-ons right now to play. It's super, super cool. There's still gonna be things that are always gonna be in terms of, there's always gonna be things that you're gonna need with add-ons, like Wikoras or raids and stuff like this, but it's way better than it used to be, and I'm very happy with that. Another very, very interesting thing that I really want to see happening, and they already confirmed is happening, is the movement from PvP in arenas to BGs, to Battlegrounds. The focus is going to be on Battlegrounds from now on, which is super cool because honestly, arenas are super hard to watch. It's just two guys going at each other, three against three. It's just not very, if you don't play the game, and even if you play the game, it's super hard to see. It's not very exciting. It's just, ugh. But now with BGs, when you have an actual objective and you can, know, hey, that guy has the flag. Oh my god, we're gonna have to go get him. That's gonna be so much easier to see, so much more fun. To watch on streams, so much more fun to play with other people, with other friends. You're not gonna you're not gonna only have to get 2 friends on with you. You're just gonna be able to play one Saturday at night with your buddies and just go for a BG together. And I think that's super, super cool. I'm very excited for it. And it really seems like it is the future of PvP in World of Warcraft instead of what arenas are. BGs are so much more interesting. And I'm happy that they're, gonna focus on that from now on, as arenas they don't really seem like they have worked. Every class now is gonna get 3 more subclasses, specializations from each one. So like Templar, Dark Ranger, the Rider of the Apocalypse. All of these things are very, very interesting. It makes all of the, the flavor of the class so much more impactful. I'm guessing we're gonna get some quests with them as well. The combat is probably gonna be more interesting as well. I'm super, super interested to see how it goes. Delves, honestly, that one we're gonna see how it works, but I am kind of excited to see. I'm excited to see what they can do with a, almost like a dungeon-like experience that is super chill, but you're supposed to do it with your friends, but it's still fun and almost like it. I'm pretty sure it's gonna end up being like a bit of a rogue like inside of World of Warcraft, as we have seen things like this before. Kind of like Torghast, but hopefully not mandatory, which seems very, very cool thing. Story, it does seem like the story is going to a better direction. I didn't really like, Shadowlands. I didn't like Battle for Azeroth, and I didn't quite like Dragonflight either. It didn't really make a lot of sense, and it wasn't as epic as you are used to in World of Warcraft. And it seems like this one maybe will fix this. I actually can't tell if it actually will, and it will bring that epicness that World of Warcraft has always had, that investment that I've always had in the story. It's gonna be difficult considering how many fumbles they've had since Battle for Azeroth. But who knows, maybe they can pull it off. And even if they don't, I'm still happy with the other stuff anyways. And I can play this game, as a side of Guild Wars 2 and have fun anyways. Yeah, I think it's gonna be cool. The only thing that I'm really, really, really hesitant about and kind of scared of is the world events. The world events in Dragonflight, essentially metas in Guild Wars 2, not that good. And I know they're trying their best, but they need to be better. I really hope that next expansion shows us that. I really hope that next expansion shows us that the world in World of Warcraft is actually meaningful. People are hanging around there in the open world, doing random stuff. You don't have to go in the POG. You don't have to go into a random POG inside of the LFG to actually see people. You can see them by them just hanging out in the map. That is what I want. I want the MMO feeling back. It's not easy to do that. I understand this. But if Guild Wars 2 can do it, I think WoW can do it too. And I hope they can, take some notes of what Guild Wars 2 does in that way. Honestly, things like tag commanders, little symbols that you can see in the map, to join them probably will help a lot with this feeling, to feel like every time in the world there's something happening. And if that exists and if that happens, I will be doing maybe some some WoW meta trains in there. It will be very, very cool, and I hope they do it. Tell me what you guys think. Tell me if you have any questions, any interest, any things you disagree with. Subscribe channel for more content of this. Go to my other channel for WoW stuff as well, where I'm gonna post, maybe guides or something like this as well, if I have the time. Oh, I'm gonna do I'm very excited for that. We're gonna do a Guild Wars 2 to WoW series to teach you guys on which classes are the best ones to play in WoW if you come from Guild Wars 2, and of course how the game works as well. So I'm very excited for that one. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Go to my Ko-Fi if you want to support me. Go to my Twitch.tv/Addons to watch me on stream, and see you guys around. Love you all. Bye bye.